Ralph Wiggum tattoos, please stay in your seats. Believe it or not, The Simpsons actually does have a censor at the Fox network in Los Angeles. They tell us there are certain things that we can't do. I thought I'd read you a couple of them. To discourage imitation by young and foolish viewers, when Homer begins to pour the hot wax into his mouth, please have him scream in pain, so kids will understand that doing this would actually burn their mouths. It will not be acceptable for Itchy to stab Scratchy in the gut and yank his intestine out and use it as a bungee cord. Although it is only a dream, please do not allow Homer to hold a sign that reads, "Kill my boy." Please substitute a fantasy for Bart that does not involve him committing armed robbery. It will not be acceptable for Bart to hold a machine gun on Santa and the elves, nor a handgun on the Easter Bunny. And please delete Bart's line, "In 5 minutes, either your eggs or your brains are going to be in this basket." I believe we ignored every one of those notes. And we've gone a little further, although we've never been able to do full frontal nudity on The Simpsons the way we wanted to. We had to, and there have been many requests for it. So we do have a little full frontal nudity, which we'd like to start out the show with tonight. So it's very short, so really don't blink. It comes in the form of a French Simpsons TV commercial. Also, don't be scared when you hear Homer say, "Ooh la la." Followed by some of our favorite clips from the show, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. Have fun.
Das corporel. J'ai détonné.
Tout, mais marche, de quoi que tu causes?
De ça et de ça.
Tu dis toujours que ça peut pas partir puisque c'est du noir de coup.
Et moi, c'est le sang de mes ennemis. On va bien voir.
Une dose de fissure future plus tard.
Avec fissure en poudre, plus une trace.
Ouh là là.
Mark Kirkland in the audience? There's Mark Kirkland there. He's the director of exactly 40 episodes of The Simpsons. Many of his And Jim Reardon. Is Jim Reardon in the audience? Jim Reardon, supervising director. You did the ski jump? No, that was Mark? Oh, well, anyway. Applaud for Mark again, the ski jump thing. And now I'd like to introduce the showrunner of The Simpsons, the guy who's responsible for making sure the show actually gets done. He corrals the 17 or 18 writers that we have and pulls the jokes all together. Please welcome executive producer Mike Scully.
I assume you paid money for these seats, right? Try one more time. How are y'all doing? All right, that's so much less British. Enjoyed that. This is our last night in town. We really have had a great time. Sky One has been wonderful to us. We love your city. I brought my family on the trip with me, and my kids especially have had a great time. They wake up every morning and spring out of bed saying, "What museum are we going to today, Dad?" So, it's a lot of fun. All right, in honor of this occasion, I've written a British joke. And I've never done this. This was actually in the shower before I came over. But don't visualize that or that'll really kill it. Here it goes. I hear tickets Tickets were so hard to get for this show that Liam and Neil Gallagher are actually sharing a seat. Oh. In the shower, it was gangbusters, man. It was just a kill. It's on the show. It's kind of a specialty. It is. All right. I guess I've thanked everybody, but I want to make sure this crowd is worked up tonight. You're going to see something really, really special tonight. Something very few people have been allowed to see. Something so special that after the show we may have to kill you. Meet the cast of The Simpsons. One more time. Are you ready to meet the cast of The Simpsons? Then let's do it. All right. Hey, how you doing? You guys are sitting awfully close to the stage. Hang on a second. Hang on. Should have forgot my props. Well, there should have been a wallet back here. All right. Okay. Quick impression. You gotta picture me on the other side of this box. Quick impression. Abraham Lincoln. Okay. All right. Starting out tonight with our narrator. He's also a co-executive producer on the show and a writer, and he's got the classiest name in show business, Mr. Ian Maxstone Graham. Playing Milhouse Van Houten, Jimbo Jones, numerous other characters. Say hello to Pamela Hayden. I almost wore that. All right. Next up. I'm sorry, I just pictured myself in it for a second. Next up, she plays Mrs. Skinner. She plays a lot of our female executives on the show. She's Dolph, Bully. She pretty much does everything. She's filling in tonight for Julie Kavner, who's the only cast member who couldn't make it. Tress McNeil. He's the voice of Mr. Burns, Waylon Smithers, Kent Brockman, Principal Skinner, many, many, many others. Harry Shearer! Mo the bartender, Apu, Chief Wiggum, the comic book guy, Snake, you name it, he does it. Hank Azaria! Playing Lisa Simpson, the emotional core to The Simpsons. Say hello to Yardley Smith. See Ralph Wiggum, Nelson Bunce, Kearney the Bully, many, many other characters, but I think you probably know her best as Bart Simpson, Nancy Cartwright. He's Krusty the Clown, he's Grandpa Simpson, he's Mayor Quimby, but you all know him as Homer Simpson, Dan Crystal now. Have a great time tonight, laugh it up, scream, cheer, get your money's worth. See you later.
All right, good night, everybody.
Today's script is The Cartridge Family, written by 50-time Simpsons scriptwriter, mad genius John Swartzwelder. In Act 1, we fade into the Simpson living room during the day. On the television, we see quick shots of dazzling soccer action. A player jumping to head the ball, a goalie making a diving save, etc.
The Continental Soccer Association is coming to Springfield.
One player scores a goal, then does a celebratory flip into the air, going high enough to high-five a blimp pilot, then lands in a hot tub full of cheerleaders.
It's all here, fast kicking, low scoring, and ties, you bet.
We angle on The Simpsons, watching this, mesmerized.
Hey, Dad, how come you've never taken us to see a soccer game?
I don't know.
You'll see all your favorite soccer stars like Arriaga, Arriaga 2, Mariaga, Aruglia, and Pisosa.
A series of nondescript faces are flashed on the screen over a backdrop of stars and fireworks.
Oh, I never heard of those people.
And they'll all be signing autographs. This match will determine once and for all which nation is the greatest on earth, Mexico or Portugal.
Can we go, Dad? Please, Dad, please, can we go? Please?
Yes, oh God, yes.
Outside Springfield Stadium during the day, a sign reads, "Tonight, soccer. Tomorrow, monsters of poetry." Excited townspeople are flooding into the stadium. Inside the stadium, play has not yet begun. The Simpsons are in the stands. Homer is waving an oversized foam rubber foot that has a large extended big toe.
I'll kill myself if Portugal doesn't win.
You know, it's hard to believe this stadium used to be an internment camp.
Bart yells to a vendor.
Yo, Paella Man, bring one up here!
The vendor spoons out a large helping from a bubbling kettle. He deftly flings the bowl, which lands perfectly in Bart's hands.
Hey, look, it's Pele!
We angle on the field. Pele waves to the crowd and steps up to a microphone.
Pele is king of the soccer field. To my king of your kitchen, use Crestfield wax paper.
A man in a suit hands Pele a sack of money, and they both walk off. Inside the stadium, a few minutes later, the players are lined up on the field. The referee blows the whistle, and the game begins. The crowd cheers. The ball is kicked back and forth in midfield in a very repetitive pattern. The cheering wanes.
Boring.
Come on, you snorters, do something!
We angle on the press box where Kent Brockman is doing play-by-play.
Halfback passes to the center. Back to the wing. Back to the center. Center holds it. Holds it. Holds it.
We slowly pan to the next booth. The foreign announcer is yelling excitedly into his microphone.
Halfback, pass it to center. Back to wing, back to center. Center, hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
We angle on the bored spectators.
I can't bear this any longer. I'm leaving.
Not before me, you ain't.
Now, there's plenty of exits for everyone.
Oh, that's it. You're dead, pal.
Oh, grabs Ned Flanders in a headlock.
No, that's uncalled for.
Hey, shut your pie hole, Skinner!
Lennox slugs Skinner.
Ooh, ow!
Skinner falls backward into the aisle, spilling Barney's tray of beers. Barney charges the crowd like an angry bull, knocking over dozens of spectators in all directions.
What do you get?
Groundskeeper Willie is watching the fight disapprovingly with some Scottish friends.
Ugh, they call this a sucker riot? Come on, boys. Let's take them to school.
His friends, three battle-scarred plug uglies, roll up their sleeves and pull out iron bars. They wade into the fray and begin brawling. Fights are going on all around the Simpsons. Marge grabs the kids and starts heading for an exit.
Homer, we gotta get out of here.
Oh, but I want to do some rioting.
Homer pushes a soccer hooligan who whips out an iron bar.
Showman's governors, you maca!
Hold on.
Homer catches up with the family. Outside the stadium in the parking lot a short while later, the Simpsons are running to their car, dodging a barrage of bottles, bricks, and soccer balls. In the background, a valet parker delivers a burning car to an annoyed customer, who tips him angrily. Outside on a Springfield street in the evening, rioters are tipping over cars, garbage cans, and dogs. Kent Brockman, with a microphone, wanders through the melee, ducking various projectiles.
What began as a traditional soccer riot has escalated into a citywide orgy of destruction. Reacting swiftly, Mayor Quimby has declared mob rule. So for the next several years, it's every family for itself.
Jailbird, also known as Snake, runs out of Ned Flanders' house carrying a TV. Ned calls after him.
Excuse me, sir. I think you got my TV there. Sir?
In the Simpson living room, a nervous Marge and the kids are watching this through the window. Homer relaxes on the couch.
Somebody's got to stop them. Let's wait until they burn the school down.
Come on, Homer. They're right next door.
Relax, Marge. If someone tries to get in here, my burglar alarm will let us know.
He points out a homemade burglar alarm near the door. It consists of a magnifying glass, a clock, and a goldfish in a bowl. We hear someone trying to jimmy the front door.
Watch the fish, Marge.
A hand reaches through the mail slot and grabs the fish out of the bowl. Outside the Simpson house the next day, a van is parked in front of the house with a sign on it. Ex-con security systems, from the big house to your house. In the Simpson living room, a home security salesman is looking the place over. As he walks around, he surreptitiously pockets an ashtray and the remote control.
Well, looks like you called me just in time. This home isn't secure at all.
What did I tell you, Marge?
Intruders could come in down the chimney, through the mail slot, even hidden in your groceries.
Marge eyes a bag of groceries uneasily.
Did you change the locks when you moved in? Nah, I thought not. All the previous owners of this house could still be in here.
Well, what do you recommend?
Well, sir, or ma'am, in your case, a lot of companies would put in a pretty system that looks good, but doesn't provide any real protection.
Oh, let's get that.
That's one way to go. If you really want to sleep easy at night, I recommend sealing off every door and window with bulletproof lucite.
Well, wouldn't we all suffocate?
Well, I should hope not.
Let's get that. Yeah, the suffocation thing.
And you can have it all for just $500.
$500? Oh, forget it.
Homer opens the door and pushes the salesman out.
But surely you can't put a price on your family's lives.
I wouldn't have thought so either, but here we are.
Homer closes the door.
Homer, we need something to protect this family.
I couldn't agree more, Marjorie. You deserve peace of mind, and peace of mind is what you shall have.
We smash cut to inside a store.
I'd like to buy your deadliest gun, please.
Aisle 6, next to the sympathy cards.
We fade out at the end of Act 1. In Act 2, we fade into the gun shop. An excited Homer is pointing his new gun at the clerk and pulling the trigger repeatedly. The clerk gently nudges the barrel to the side.
Whoa, careful there, Annie Oakley.
I don't have to be careful, I got a gun.
Yeah, well, you'll probably be wanting the accessory kit.
The clerk displays various accessories.
Holster.
Oh, yeah.
Bandolier.
Oh, yeah, baby, yeah.
Silencer.
Mm-hmm.
Loudener.
Oh, yeah.
Speed cocker.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
And this is for shooting down police helicopters.
I don't need anything like that. Yet. Just give me my gun.
Homer grabs for the gun, but the clerk doesn't let go, resulting in a polite tug of war.
Hey, whoa, sorry. Hey, the law requires a 5-day waiting period. We've got to run a background check.
5 days? But I'm mad now.
The clerk yanks the gun away from Homer.
I'd kill you if I had my gun.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Homer exits the store, muttering to himself.
Lousy big shot thinks he's so big because he's got a lot of guns for it.
In the Simpson car later, Homer is driving home, still muttering.
Well, if he didn't have any guns, I'd show him a thing or two with his gun. Shoot him.
In Lisa's bedroom at night, as Lisa sleeps, Homer sits at the foot of her bed, still muttering.
Let's see what happened when he walked in my store. Then we'll see who's worried about 5-day waiting period.
Dad, it's 3 a.m. Can't you mutter in your room?
Marge kicked me out.
Lisa folds her pillow to cover her ears.
All right, go ahead.
Pushing kids think they can tell you. Some parents these days, they don't know how to rear children.
Outside the Simpson house during the day, Homer's sitting on the front porch wearing his holster and bandolier. He looks at his watch.
Oh, how am I supposed to last 5 days without shooting something?
We hear The Waiting by Tom Petty and see a montage. As the sun arcs through the sky 5 times, various things go by his house, just begging to be shot at. A Target department store delivery truck. A long line of ducks, followed by a line of slowly hopping rabbits. Patty and Selma on a tandem bike. And finally, Flanders, riding back and forth on his lawnmower. Outside the gun store on the morning of day 5, an impatient Homer hops from foot to foot, waiting for the gun store to open.
Come on, open up, come on.
The gun clerk unlocks the door, and Homer races inside, past the counter and into the bathroom. A bit later, we hear a toilet flush, and Homer comes out, calm and relaxed.
Now, I believe you have some sort of firearm for me.
The clerk is looking over a computer printout.
Well, let's see here. According to your background check, you've been in a mental institution.
Yeah.
Frequent problems with alcohol.
Yeah.
You beat up President Bush.
Former president.
The clerk stamps something on Homer's report.
Potentially dangerous?
Relax. That just limits you to 3 handguns or less.
Inside the Simpson house a short while later, Homer comes in the door with something behind his back.
Close your eyes, Marge. I've got a surprise for you.
Marge closes her eyes.
Okay, open your eyes.
Marge opens her eyes to see Homer's gun pointing at her face.
Hey, it's a handgun. Isn't it great? This is the trigger, and this is the thing that you point at whenever you want to die.
I don't want guns in my house. Don't you remember when Maggie shot Mr. Burns?
I thought Smithers did it.
That would have made a lot more sense. Hey, Dad, can I borrow the gun tomorrow? I want to scare that old security guard at the bank.
Only if you clean your room.
Marge grabs the gun from Homer and puts it over her head as he tries to get it away from her.
No one's using this gun. The TV said you're 58% more likely to shoot a family member than an intruder.
TV said that? But I have to have a gun. It's in the Constitution.
Dad, the Second Amendment is just a remnant from Revolutionary days. It has no meaning today.
You couldn't be more wrong, Lisa. If I didn't have this gun, the King of England could just walk in here anytime he wanted to and start shoving you around. You want that? Huh? Do you?
No.
Do you?
No.
You want the king shoving you around?
Hey.
All right then.
Homer makes another unsuccessful grab for the gun.
I'm sorry, Homer. No weapons.
A gun is not a weapon, Marge. It's a tool, like a butcher knife or a harpoon or an alligator. It just information on the subject. I'll tell you what, you come with me to a National Rifle Association meeting, and if you still don't think guns are great, we'll argue some more.
Outside a meeting hall the next day, a sign reads, NRA meeting today. Come in and shoot your mouth off. Inside the NRA meeting, the hall is decorated in red, white, and blue. The members enter passing through an airport-style metal detector. It beeps every time someone walks through. One member doesn't make it beep, and he is handed a gun. Inside the NRA meeting later, Lenny is at the podium, holding up an automatic rifle.
Now, assault weapons have gotten a lot of bad press lately.
Unless the Japanese Simpsons come in, then we have to reload.
No, this is obviously the script first, and then the voices, and then the animators take over. It's about it's a 6 to 8 month process. Obviously, we work on many episodes at a time. We're working on, how many were you coming up our 250th episode this coming season? You asked, by the way, somebody asked about what their favorite episode. We have an episode coming up in the coming season in which the comic book store guy has a heart attack, and Barton Millhouse take over the store for a while.
Yes! Against my heavy protest, they went ahead.
But as a subplot in that episode, the comic book guy winds up romancing Mrs. Skinner.
I'm a great comfort to him.
Against my heavy protest.
Which one? Oh, the 3D episode? Actually.
Oh, the 3D episode is being has been transmogrified and expanded for a special presentation at IMAX. So that Halloween episode where Homer goes into the third dimension, when he goes into the third dimension, it will actually be 3D with glasses that you wear, and it's really weird. It's scary.
Right out at you.
Yes, there. No, you know, this really is unbelievable. This moment here, right now, is unbelievable. The show began on the Tracy Ullman Show in 1987 as a 15-second spot, and that it's come to this with my colleagues, my friends here. This is, I can't believe it. It's corny, but this is truly amazing. Thank you. We've killed off a few characters on the show.
We killed off Dr. Marvin Monroe several years ago.
I'm sorry.
It's Lisa.